Hello, not YouTube, you're all stupid. Anyways, welcome to my channel where I have contents lying around for months and I don't use it because I'm too boring. But I guess today you're fortunate. I've decided I'm going to actually make a video and it's about BRM. I'm rather excited for this game, been having lots of fun with my faction and whatnot. You can find me on the BRM Discord under the name Lolfungreg. I'm a booster. Should be that hard to find for the time being. If you have questions, whatnot, you can ask away. There's been lots of hype around this new update. Everyone's excited, so am I. Anyways, let's get on with the video. Most of this is from a conversation I had with Nar. We were in the general chat with a bunch of other people. We asked a lot of questions, and Nar's really cool. He gave a lot of answers. So we learned a lot more about the game than what was just in the teaser video. He's really cool. Thank you, Nar. Before this, a breakdown of the video and just what we can see in there. I know many of you probably have already seen it, broken it down, watched, but just in case some of you guys haven't, we'll start going over that right now. So when we first open up the video, we first started, the first thing you can probably notice is the new terrain. You see it has curvatures now instead of edges. That is Nar using now the stock Roblox terrain editor. There's more to that once we get past the video breakdown. Really quickly, you notice new muzzle flash. It's very bright. It's a little bit over the top for me, but Nar says it's realistic. So yeah. The enemies' accuracy, some of you guys might think the enemies have gotten more accurate, but it's not really. I'm just going over what's in the video. We'll go over more things after the breakdown. You can also see, I'll try to put pictures up right now, the enemies have AKs instead of Scar H's, so I guess that's a little more realistic, and that's of course a new weapon coming to the game probably for everyone. When Nar dies, he doesn't go in like a last stand mode. He can't be revived, and that can just be because of the fact that the game's a work in progress and that just hasn't been re-implemented, or it's in the works so it's not on, or something of the sort. So going into the second part of the video where the quote-unquote breach features, which he doesn't actually breach any doors, you will see the scroll menu. The scroll menu is of course adapted from Arma. This right now is speculation. This scroll menu will be for more things than just the doors. We might also see it on vehicles. We might see it on different items we're going to be able to interact with. But that again, it's just speculation. We know for sure it's going to be on doors. And of course, you'll see really quickly the new Glock, and it has an Osprey suppressor. You'll see that also in the gunsmith menu. And another thing we notice is weapon stances. You'll see when sometimes Nar will raise his weapon and lower it, and it's clear that it's not automatic, that it's toggled. So that's very interesting, especially for the faction guys. You can have your better stances, better formations when doing your STS, so on and so forth, instead of having to like have all your men stand and just hold shift so they hold their gun down. The gunsmith menu is very clearly unfinished because the overview tab is empty. He says that in a little disclaimer before getting to that part. And this whole gunsmith menu was very heavily influenced by Ghost Recon Wildlands. That's what he said. held that vote a while back for that poll. Let me find it right now, just asking if you want more guns with less customization or less guns with more. Of course, most of you guys voted for less guns with more customization, so that's what we'll see. We'll see guns that can basically essentially be turned into different variants through this customization menu, and what that might actually lead to the removal of the M16A4 and A2 variants from M4A1 from the current game, just because that gunsmith menu will allow those 3 guns to be made from a single platform. But the NAR didn't directly say that, so that's something we'll have to wait for as well. So that's basically the video. There wasn't very much in it. It's a very good glimpse. Also keep in mind, there was, before I move on to the next bit, there was no UI in that reveal video, but of course the UI is probably still a work in progress, and of course there's gonna be one, and I think it's gonna be revamped, but that is just an assumption. Alright, so now we're gonna go over the quote-unquote interview. It wasn't an interview, it was a bunch of squeakers screaming in chat at Nar. We weren't screaming, it was just me. Again, we asked Nar a lot of questions. He answered a lot. It was very nice. There's no order to this list. I'm not categorizing any of these things, so I'll jump back and forth between things a lot. Alright, so we'll start with that terrain we talked about earlier. The terrain is, again, stock Roblox terrain editor, and that is for optimization purposes, for one. That runs very well. Not very well, but it runs better on lower-end PCs, so you potato guys, there's a lot of you out there, you can be excited for that much. Also, Roblox will soon be, not soon, but later, be implementing a new lighting system where we'll have sun rays of sort. I don't know the details of that. I'm not really updated. I don't keep myself updated on technology like that, but that's another one of the reasons NAR implemented the new Roblox terrain editor. Also about the terrain, or rather the map. The map will be redone completely. We will be getting a brand new map to BRM in the next update. It will be smaller, substantially smaller. And I asked Nar, he said a quarter. It will be smaller, definitely. And the map will be completely this new terrain. I know there was a poll about this, and everyone voted for the bigger map with less detail. The reason that didn't happen was because of optimization reasons. So for the time being, just for the time being, we're gonna have a smaller map with a lot more detail. Nar actually said there is more stuff in the map this time, because you know, in our current map there's a lot of open space that doesn't go used at all. In this new map there will be a lot more to see, and the space will be used much better. So I don't actually think this the smaller map will take too much of a hit on especially you faction guys who want to coordinate operations that go all over the place. So yeah, next thing, vehicle flinging. That's big. We all love 0-star privates who just climb onto your Jeep, want to get in the turret or whatever, and that will be addressed in the next update. It is completely fixed, and that was just adding weight to the vehicles. So now vehicles will be a little more weighty, they will handle like it, and NAR already heavily tested the vehicle flinging. A bunch of bots, AI, just jumping repeatedly on the cars. I don't have any footage, but that's what he said. And so according to Exist and NAR, the flinging is no longer an issue. That will also affect, of course, handling. I don't know how, but vehicles will probably just be more sluggish. And crashing, you won't become a fidget spinner when you hit a tree, you know, like in the current game. So yeah, stars 3 and 4 will finally get their own unlocks. So those of you guys who aren't plat yet, get to plat. I don't care, but that's definitely a sign of more content. That's obvious. Of course, we'll be getting more content in the form of vehicles, weapons, uniforms, but nothing specific. We don't know anything really about any new vehicles, weapons, uniforms, blah blah blah, except for the AK and the Glock that were shown in the demo. Actually, okay, I lied. There is another vehicle, the Jaguar APC. For those of you guys who are helpers, you know, you've been in the past testing servers for this game, you already probably seen the Jaguar. It's been in the game for a while actually, but just for testing purposes. For testing what, I don't know, but it appeared again in the screenshot for when he initially revealed the existence of Zeus. You could see it on the ground in the screenshot, and when I initially asked him, he said it's just in there as a prop. But when I talked to him again, he was working on making it functional, so we don't know where that Jaguar will be implemented. But it might just be something the enemies use in Zeus. It could just be a stationary object that can target you. Things of the sort. Maybe there will be an RPG added for us, the Allied forces, to take out those Jaguars with. Maybe it'll be an unlockable. But again, we don't know. That minigun will be quite nice to use. The Zulu soldiers, I want to get back on that because, I mean, everyone has something to say about the Zulu people, and actually, my opinion is right now, it's going to be easier to grind than in this next update. If you know the game, if you know how to go around bases so the enemies never see you, you can always ask how, and there's lots of people who know how to do it and can help you with that. But in the next update, the Zulu soldiers' accuracy will actually not change that much. They will stay, well, as you guys say, lasers. What will change and what will make them easier to fight is their response times. As Nar said it, they will take time to turn around to look at you, they will also take time to raise their gun, and before shooting at you, they will take a few steps. So there's a much longer period of time from them seeing you to actually starting to shoot at you. On to Zeus. There will be multiple people. You will be able to Zeus with like multiple people at a time. So multiple Zeuses in a single private server. Nar's already tested this. It works surprisingly well, according to him. So there's that. And staying on Zeus in the private servers, when they will be implemented next update, both of them, Zeus and the private servers, will be a monthly purchase. Again, this is probably, Nar isn't too sure yet as to how things will be priced, but you know how developers are, they have to make money from this. So this is how Nar will get his money. On the subject of purchasables, we probably won't see any more Game Pass vehicles. Nar didn't even really like the idea of making the Chinook a Game Pass vehicle, but he needed the money for assets and whatnot. Anywho, so there's that. There will be a squad system. The squad system that will be coming in the next update for sure is a saving grace for a lot of us, not because of the squad system itself, but because in correlation with the squad system, we will get vehicle whitelists or blacklists. I'm not sure which one it is. It's probably going to be a blacklist because that's a little bit easier. And yeah, Nar has been experimenting with a PvP mode, but I think he needs a little more encouragement from the community as to whether or not he'll add that, but he has been working on PvP modes. And we're thinking small scale team modes like 2v2s and 5v5s. He was experimenting with larger scale. He said 25v25 with vehicles and such, but that proved extremely laggy. So yeah, that was a thing, but probably won't be, actually guaranteed won't be in the next update. On the subject of large scales, for you faction owners planning to buy large servers, the fact that you will be able to buy servers of different sizes, that's still going to be a thing, from 5 to 100 players, or Nar wanted to do 200, but that's far too laggy. The size that the server can handle alone can put stress on some lower level systems. I mean, of course, having that many players in there is going to kill potato computers. So that's why I actually don't recommend you faction owners just go for 100 player servers, because it's the largest capacity you can get that will compromise BRM's playability for most of your members. So I don't recommend that. Okay, so we're back on the Zeus editor. In the Zeus editor, there may or may not be a feature where you can place foliage. Foliage probably won't be placed in the stock map, or there will be, just not much, for optimization purposes, frame rate purposes for the potato peoples. And again, staying on Zeus, the Zeus will have an insane amount of control over the map. I think in Arma, the stock buildings, the buildings that are already on the map, have to stay there, but you can add some more buildings and emplacements around there. But for this Zeus, you might actually be able to remove the buildings that are already on the map, and you can basically do everything short of terrain editing. Terrain editing, of course, wouldn't be a thing because people can break the game really hard by that, make pits that go into hell, some dumb things. Again, on the subject of Zeus and private servers, so the owners of the new private servers might have limited admin powers. You can kick people, you can ban, teleport people, so on and so forth. Things like basic commands like that. Ban is not from the game, it's from your private server. Teleporting will be very, very useful for Zeus's, because when I mean Zeus, I mean players in Zeus mode. You can teleport all the players to a certain spot, and then you can go on work on your Zeus map while they're waiting there. They won't go and interfere with your Zeus stuff. So, that concludes it for this video. I will consider making more content like this depending on the feedback this gets. I hope you guys like the video. Should probably subscribe. If I see good feedback to this, I will definitely make sure to cover the new update. I will cover it fast and I will cover it thoroughly. You can find me on the Discord. I said at the beginning, you have questions about anything, I can probably answer them. So yeah, be epic, do the stuff, and I don't know, have fun, and let's hope this next update is insane.